その日、人類は思い出した。奴らに支配されていた恐怖を、鳥かごの中に囚われていた屈辱を。
So unless you don't really pay attention to the state of VR game releases, one of the biggest VR games of the year just dropped for PC VR and Quest 2. BoneLab, a complete physics-based playground from developer Stress Level Zero, following up from their previous game, Boneworks. So the question is, why is BoneLab so important, and why is it such a big deal? For me at least, it's the modding support. Mods existed in Boneworks previously, but were never officially supported by the developers. In BoneLab, mods are now a feature of the game, not just a fun thing to mess around with. There are sandbox modes, experimental features, and even full support for importing your very own custom avatar for use in the game. The coolest part about that is the fact that Stress Level Zero has devised some kind of witchcraft to make it so no matter what shape your body is that you make, as long as it's properly set up with the model, you can create any shape you want and control it as if it were your own body. They even went as far as to double down on the physics-based aspect of the game. If your avatar is just average height, your body will behave pretty much as you expect it to in the real world, picking up big things and moving them slowly to simulate its weight. What about a slimmer model? You're going to be faster, but maybe deal less damage. Import a huge model with big gorilla arms, you'll move a bit slower, but have Donkey Kong hands that can hit people all the way across the map. You can even make yourself under a foot tall if you want to be Stuart Little in VR. The future of this game has me so excited. It seems like anything is possible in it. Not just maps and avatars, but weapons, vehicles, and even entirely encapsulated games seem to be a possibility. It's almost like this is the new Gmod of VR. My goal was to bring in a custom avatar that I'd be happy playing pretty frequently. So, I decided to bring in the main character from one of my favorite games, Halo 3 ODST. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, so naturally I spent about 2 days teaching myself how to use Unity and Blender, rigged up a ripped model from the game, and started figuring out how BoneLab's SDK works. If you do a slight bit of Googling, there's a GitHub page someone made that details all of the steps for that SDK, but you can also find a few tutorials that are already being posted to YouTube on the topic. Stumbling my way through things, I had a pretty bad go of it at first.
Oh, this is so bad. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Make it stop. Please make it stop.
After I recovered from the nausea of becoming the ODST version of the Colossal Titan, I went back into it and found myself looking even further into the process, and actually scaling down the model and getting it to work a little bit.
Well, what? Well, that's not good.
So the good news is that I was in the body, and it was working. The bad news is that I had spaghetti noodle fingers, and I was what I can only assume is about 10, 11 feet tall, so scaling was still an issue, but not as much as before. So I did some searching around. It turned out that I really needed to just re-rig the model, essentially, so I exported it out of Unity, into Blender, back into Unity, after fixing the actual finger bones, and then loaded it back up, scaled down a little bit more again. So the fingers were working, albeit a little bit glitchy, with the thumb kind of turned around, but you know what? I'm gonna take it. At least it doesn't look like someone closed my fingers in the trunk of a car anymore. Although the bad news was that I had overshot scaling down the model, and the ODST was now only 4'7". This gave me a little bit of an idea though. I figured you can actually put different things into the same mod pack. Why not make a few different versions of the ODST? So I started having a little bit of fun and then made a few different variants of the ODST. So please enjoy this kind of mod showcase, I guess. Hulk smash. Look, I'm playing whack-a-mole. So to show off what this mod pack includes, we have the classic, just Halo 3 ODST, and as you can see right here, there we go, we have the Virgil kind of in sound whenever your avatar enters a scene. So that includes when it spawned right there, when you spawn, or when your mirror clone spawns. The thumbs, like I mentioned, are a little bit wonky, but given the hours of work, I'm gonna just take it as it is. So that's number 1. Number 2, we have the red version of the rookie, which we have the Virgil out sound for. I just figure some people, including myself, might want to switch it up now and then. I literally just kind of tinted everything a little red, and that's really all there is to it. Honestly, I kind of like it. So if you want to go a little bit faster, or at least feel like you're going a bit faster, you have the short one that is 4'7", and the same rookie, but essentially things are going to be a little bit bigger in your hands. Now, where we actually start to get really silly is we have the travel size ODST. I love that sound. But this one is gotta be my favorite. Gotta reach over here. There we go. That'll never get old. You have not lived yet until you've had to climb up a null body just so you could punch it in the face. It is unreal. Now here's gotta be my favorite. Matched perfectly with the warning sound from Virgil. Oh, it'll never get old. It's so weird having hands this big. Oh, just so strong with this. Just watch how much reach you have with these paws. Oh, try that again. Oh. 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 Oops. And 1, and 2, and 3. Hey, little guy, come here. What have I done? Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll put a link to this mod down in the description below if you want to try it out for yourself. In any case, I'm really glad you were able to stop by and check out this silly mod pack that I made. Subscribe if you want to see more VR content from me later on, or even just hit that like button. That helps me out with praising the YouTube algorithm gods. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. I found a new weapon.